A Los Angeles Derby Dolls bout consists of 4 quarters, each lasting 15 minutes. These quarters are divided into 60-second rounds called jams. Each team has 5 players on the track in each jam, 4 players called blockers, and 1 point-scoring player called the jammer. You can always distinguish the jammers from the other players on the track by their starred helmets. It's the jammer's job to try to score points, and the blocker's job to try to stop them. The first whistle will sound to start the jam, and the blockers launch onto the track. The blockers form a tight grouping called the pack. The jammers race their way around the track and catch up to the pack. The jammers must then fight their way through the pack. The blockers from the opposing team will try to stop them, while the blockers on their team try to assist them. The jammers have now broken out of the pack and must race their way around the track and meet up with the pack again. Keep an eye on the jammer in front. She is your lead jammer and can call off the jam early by placing her hands on her hips. The pink jammer is now in position to score. She receives 1 point for each member of the opposing team she passes. As the pink jammer racks up points, the yellow jammer catches the pack and is now also in position to score. The yellow jammer will also receive 1 point for each member of the pink team she passes. The jam ends when 60 seconds have elapsed, or when the lead jammer calls off the jam by placing her hands on her hips. Players are not permitted to purposely trip or tackle their opponents. Players can block each other using their bodies and shoulders, but cannot use their elbows, forearms, or hands. Players violating the rules will be placed in the penalty box located on the infield, forcing their team to skate the next jam with 1 less skater. The game ends after 4 quarters. The team with the most points at the end of the bout is your winner.
Welcome. Emergency, please make your way to the nearest lighted exit in an orderly fashion. The main building exits are located through the pink doors you entered. The assembly point is directly outside the doors. Please notify our site manager if any emergencies arise.
All right, Los season of your Los Angeles Derby Dolls! Tonight, we present the Scream Queens versus the Varsity Brawlers! You ready to meet the Scream Queens? Scream Queens, everybody. Are you ready to meet the Varsity Brawlers? That's right. It's Jaeger Bomb. Oh! Your cat.
The enforcers for tonight are head referee Hasselblack, your game executioner Suspect Ed, jam referees Oliver Closeoff and Tricky Ricardo, pack referee Metallicile and Morningwood, outside pack referees Voltron and Helvetica, penalty tracker Lady Macbeth, penalty tracker assistant Sweep the Leg Johnny, penalty box administrator Penaltina and Cherry Blazer, whiteboard is D-Cup Refith over, your eyes in the sky are E.T. Haley and Mazepane de la Chimosa, and our scoreboard, congratulations to John, who was just drafted today to the Enforcers.
Woo! Let's hear DJ John, everybody. All right, we would like to thank our EMTs, the doll repair team, of course, the track monkeys, and the wonderful rad crew. Our DJ tonight is DJ MacBook Air. I am Eva Lee, and this is Shady Hawkins.
Hello.
And we will be your announcers this evening. And now, the Derby Dolls acknowledge that we gather on traditional, unceded Teach and Tongva land. We ask league members and the Derby Dolls community to honor with gratitude the Keech and Tongva people, elders, and the land itself. And now I have one question for you. Are you ready for roller derby action? Come on, Los Angeles. 21st year of Derby Dolls, first game of our 2024 season. I hope everyone is here to have a good time. We're going to do the best to explain it to you. Starting with right now, you're going to see skaters with stars on their helmets, and we're waiting for a whistle to blow. As they enter the pack, the first one through is the lead jammer, who can either call off the jam at any time by putting hands on hips or by skating the full 60 seconds of the jam. When that skater, currently Andy Badams, who uses the power of that jam to call it off, had they entered the pack, every member of the opposing team they passed would be a point. Not confusing at all. It's very straightforward.
Just follow the stars, right?
Just follow the stars. Now, like I said, the lead jammer can either skate until putting hands on hip or by waiting the full 60 seconds of the jam. So we didn't get anybody into a point scoring position in the first jam, but let's try it again. Bucket, jamming for the Varsity Brawlers, making it past a Valley Hurl and into the lead jammer position while slamming Amazon still stuck behind a wall of Varsity Brawlers.
Amazon is fighting, though, and some of those blockers were out of play and had to let her go.
That's true. And Bucket took advantage of that split pack with the Scream Queens in the back and the Brawlers in front, coming through on a scoring pass, and I believe that was a clean 4 points. But we always wait for the enforcers to confirm. That's right. Varsity Brawlers draw first blood, 4 points, and it looks like we got a Scream Queen in the penalty box. That's slamming Amazon in there, I believe, with a back blocking penalty, and that's going to make this jam a power jam. We got one jammer on the floor, one team that can score. That is the Varsity Brawlers.
Wow, and that jammer is out with a vengeance right away before turn one. She saw her line and she took it.
Yeah, that's Alpaca Punch, the brand new co-captain of BB.
If that's their leadership, they've got a good season ahead of them.
Yeah, I really liked how Alpaca Punch and Slim Riggins got together for that little heart coming together in their skate out to show their unity.
That was very adorable.
Yeah, a lot of hassle going on in that pack. Alpaca Punch is through. And now this is where you see where the blockers are getting into action, trying to figure out how they're going to control the speed of that pack. We had Horchata at the end there, kind of just causing a lot of chaos.
Yeah, it looks like Varsity Brawlers are goading Horchata, but she's not giving it up easy. She is breaking them up, pushing all of the Varsity Brawlers into her own teammates, helping her get out.
Yeah, Horchata don't mess around. All right, big jam for Alpaca Punch. 13 points, and the Brawlers take a commanding lead here. Now, they were in the championship bout for, technically the game was in January, but for our 2023 season, although it was the Tough Cookies who were victorious in that bout. And we do have Jesus in the penalty box for the Brawlers with a multiplayer block and a blocking out of bounds penalty for Pulp Friction. We also have Gandalf the Cray in the penalty box for the Screen Queens with an arms penalty. That's Ice Creamer. Used to be the captain for the Screen Queens. Is now retired to just a skater.
She's taking a step down, but that's okay. She's jamming and she's looking great out there, working her way through that VB wall.
Yeah, coming across Daddy Longlegs, who's a pretty new draft to the Brawlers. Screen Queens remain scoreless. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just wrong. They got 3 points. I spoke too soon. We got a failure to reform penalty against nunchucks of the Screen Queens. All right, that looks like Valley Hurl to me. Yeah, Valley Hurl also skates for San Fernando, I believe, right?
She does. She's one of my former teammates from San Fernando Valley, and she is an excellent jammer.
Yeah, she just got drafted to Screen Queens last season.
And no surprise, they're putting her right to work. Look at that. Smart call off. Gotta love it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Hell's Kitten is a tough competitor. Excuse me.
Computer can be a word.
3 points for the Screen Queens. Yeah, Valley Hurl's been a really fun addition to the league. And what is going? Oh,
well, it looks
okay.
like now she's having some fun in the penalty box, perhaps.
Perhaps. Nope. We're just having a little switcheroo there, and it looks like the jammer for BB stepping way back. We have a whole lot of switcheroos going on. All right, the enforcers are just like, let's figure this out.
They got to figure out the switcheroos.
All right. Who here is at their very first roller derby game? We got any newbies here? Do you have any questions yet? Do you understand? Kind of? Yeah, it's fun. So here's the rules. You can scream, you can shout, you can stomp your feet, you just can't whistle. The only people allowed to whistle are the enforcers, and they do that when they start and stop jam. So if you whistle, that kind of could screw up the game, so don't do that. But the rest of it, you can be as loud as you want, and we encourage you to do so.
If you do feel like whistling, you can join the enforcers by emailing refs@derbydolls.com for more information.
Yeah, and you look at John here, just got promoted to a full enforcer level, and they're a fun group of people to have. We like to welcome everybody who's watching us on the YouTube channel right now, too. I don't have my phone on it to see what's going on in the chat room, but I'm going to assume that Seth Hu is in there. Seth, will you just monitor things and, let me know if anything crazy goes on? I know my friend Susie in New Mexico is watching and has some delicious wings that she's made. So,
ooh, wings! I love it.
Susie's watching with her Army of Darkness of cats, and we're very, very happy that she is. I love you, Susie. Today is kind of a great day in roller derby history, in the fact that it is the birthday of StephCon 1, who was here for our first game. And the great StephCon 1, who joined us at the very beginning of the Doll Factory's days and has been with us ever since. It is also the birthday of Kamikaze, who is an original Tough Cookie, and Janice Choplin, who was the founder of the Junior Derby Dolls.
This is a popular derby birthday.
Yeah, it is. And we had 2 of the juniors participating in the baby doll brawl that we had earlier. So now you skated the alumni bout with me. How does it feel to be back here?
It's feeling really good. Tonight has been really fun so far.
Except for all the penalties, we got like Hell's Kitten with a cutting penalty, and then we got Hurley with a penalty for back blocking. We've got Hurley and nunchucks, and then arms penalty. We got 3 penalties. So here's the situation.
Looks like kind of barbarian with an arms penalty.
Oh yeah, that would be right. The thing is, when both the jammers have a penalty, we obviously can't have a jam without jammers because that would be just couple skate. So what they will do is field a blocker, which is exciting.
It's very exciting. I believe it's called a totem.
Is that? Oh,
I think. I'm not a ref though.
They'll tell you. See, if we were on the chat room right now, somebody would tell you. Oh, you are on it. You're checking. Is it like populating for you? Maybe during the first quarter break and get Mr. Cha to hook you up with the Wi-Fi. They won't let me have it because of the incident.
Oh no, not the incident.
Not the incident. I'm just going to call it the incident.
We
so
don't
let's assume
speak of
there's
that.
one. Okay, so you're about to see some really exciting action here as we have Misbehavin' for Scream Queens and we have Pulp Friction for Varsity Brawlers. This is going to be a good time.
It's going to be really interesting with Scream Queens down 2 blockers.
Yeah, I mean, you got a thinned out pack, but you got Steve Jobs in there who is subbing for Scream Queens and really has some great track coverage, solid player. And look, Misbehavin' is out. Misbehavin' is so fast. All right, Pulp Friction making it out. I felt like Misbehavin' almost had a hitchhiker there with Malice.
Nunchucks and Steve Jobs really, really did some work in that pack as the only 2 blockers.
Yeah, that is, Steve's been with the league for a long time. So subbing, that is a great advantage for the Scream Queens. Up Nunchucks, though, with an above shoulders block for the Scream Queens. So they are down 1. Not uncommon when you only have 2 blockers up in a jam.
Usually if you can keep it to 1 penalty, that's still very good.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
And if you also get points on the board, beautiful.
But sometimes it's just like no penalty.
Yeah. Alpaca Punch out in lead jammer for the Varsity Brawlers. And it looks like Whiskey Behavior, Scream Queen's captain, is jamming for the Squeens. And she's pulling out that panty like she wants to do a pass, but she's not sure.
Yeah, I could see some eyes on the pivot there, Hannah Barbarian, and I don't know. I think they just decided to go for it. But yeah, Alpaca Punch is fast. Usually one of the high-scoring jammers in games, for sure. Hands on hips calls it off as Whiskey makes it out. 9 points for the Varsity Brawlers, bringing it to 26-10 for the Scream Queens. Now this is the first season since, let's say, after the pandemic, because we were shut down for 2 years, we had an expo bout year, and then we had a year with our teams back, and this is the first year past that. So it feels like this is where things are going to start clicking. Although Whiskey in the penalty box and causing this to be a power jam advantage to the...
And they give that power jam to Jagerbomb, which is not a bad choice. She is a very fierce skater, fierce jammer. Look at her go. So fast.
Yeah, and that is a very split pack right there. Yeah, Jaeger kindly announced the game with me and still has all that energy.
Out there making it look easy. Easy it is not. I will tell you that right now.
That's a lot of things about Derby. They make it look easy and it ain't, especially what Brad Crew does up here and the enforcers do down there. A lot of magic going on. Oh, man. That 3-wall put up by the Scream Queens have to let go or they'll get the out-of-play penalties. Don't want to have that happen. And just remember, there's a scoreboard behind us. So if people are looking at us, don't feel like they're looking at you.
That's good to know. I was starting to feel really
I know you feel a little
like I have something on my face.
Yeah, because Jaeger was saying that, like they're looking at me. And it's like, they're not. They're looking at the time above you to see how much. No, they're seeing how much time is on the jam clock. But we can pretend that.
We can just wave every time they look up.
Yeah, I've tried that too, and they don't like that much. Yeah. Oh, nunchucks with wow. That block to hold back Envy Badams still continuing with the two. Oh my God.
No jammers are out. These jammers are taking a beating. Damage Dave is out in lead jammer for the Squeens.
Wow.
That was a brutal battle to get out.
Yeah, I do not want to come up against them trucks and misbehave in there. That was some great coverage of pulling them at the high side of the track. Oh! I'm not sure what that was. That was fun.
Just a little teammate love is what it looked like to me.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a, oh my goodness, there's some
Too
aggression.
much.
It's roller derby. I kind of cannot stop staring at Jesus during reverse blocking.
I mean, I can never stop staring at Jesus.
Yeah.
So lovely.
It's just, yeah, some of the reverse blocking that was going in there was just really solid. Nunchuck's with an arms penalty. So Screen Queens are down one blocker. Y'all having fun out there? Let's hear some noise from you, Los Angeles. Woo! Saturday night in Vernon. Watching some roller derby. Nothing better than that. Hannah Barbarian and the lead jammer. One of our trainers, by the way. Our trainers do such a good job. I just got to give them like a million shout outs tonight. Hannah Barbarian working very hard to try and even things up for the Screen Queens. We're down 15 to 36, but here comes Pulp Friction.
I didn't even have words for that jam. I was just jaw on the floor enjoying roller derby.
You know what, Shane, I got to be honest with you. The first game that we had up here, because we used to be down there, this was me and Trixie the first quarter. Because the view,
a good view.
The view up here is so incredible that it is really. Oh, thanks. The enforcers the Screen Queens are calling for a timeout. There's a directional block penalty against Hurley on that, by the way. Timeout being called. It was just to see it from this angle is so beautiful, and I think that coming out of turn one, between turn one. Yeah. Sorry, had a little business there. I was just going to say, we have had this announcer's booth in different positioning, and when we were at the Doll Factory, it was over there on the straightaway coming out of
turn three.
Yeah, and which is exciting, but I tell you, from training for 6 months last year to do the alumni bout, I just forgot how much action just happens right here between turn 1 and 2, because everyone, it's like you're coming out of that pack, you're starting into that, everyone's fighting to be lead jammer, you're working your way into that, and it's just so much chaos. So to be seated here, it takes a little while to kind of process that.
Well, and I also feel like since we've been at the Doll Factory, the game has changed a little bit in that the teams are coming through with a lot more strategy, especially out of the box. So the fight became in turn 1 and 2, when really it used to be in the straightaway into turn 3. Like if you get out by turn 3, that was really good. And now it's like if you're out by turn 1 or 2, that's really good.
That's
so like
a
the
really
game,
good point.
The game has really progressed. And when you were talking about the announcer booth being over in turn 3, all I could think of was my very first game when Wood and I, who is reffing, we hit the rail and broke the rail right in front of you.
Oh,
it was so fun.
Good times. Good times at the Doll
Great
Factory.
oldies.
Hey, we got Hell's Kitten jamming for the Varsity Brawlers. Oh, Slicks jamming for the Screen Queens. Oh, man. That was, Hell's Kitten was out, thinking about passing, calls it off.
Now, if anyone in the chat is watching and you're used to maybe flat track rules, in bank track you can get a jammer point for passing the opposing jammer, whereas in flat track, they have taken that away.
Oh, they have?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I haven't, I gotta say, flat track confused me a bit.
There's a lot of rules.
I'm like a whore to the Masonite. What can I say?
Me too. Me too.
Masonite whores. Coming soon to
is
KCAL 9 at midnight on Saturdays.
When is our album?
It drops on Tuesday, of course.
Sweet.
Bucket, lead jammer. We can go in the studio right after this. My husband's at home. Oh, man. That's right there. Nunchucks, Damage Dame, Ice Creamer, holding Malice back. And Bucket, though, coming up against Sprocket. Oh, man, there is a lot of action happening in that pack. Just look at the
Jagerbomb
way.
coming in with a beautiful assist for Bucket.
Yeah. It's like you see your teammate having some troubles there, and you're like, oh, allow me. 5 more points for the Brawlers, bring it to 45-18. Look at those shiny gold helmets and the shiny silver ones. It's very sparkly in here tonight.
Very shiny helmet night.
Yeah, I do feel like somebody forgot to dust off the disco ball, which we tend to do after champs or before champs. Don't we supposed to clean the disco ball before champs?
I don't remember. Yeah, I think yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, we got to remember to do that. Well, we'll do it at some point. Someone's got to clean the disco ball.
Get some Windex on it.
Yeah, I cleaned mine at home the other day. We got a low block, though, against Ice Creamer. So Scream Queen's down 1 for this jam. Although right now we have a very split pack. Envy Badham's making it out for Varsity Brawlers, while Slam and Amazon still getting held up at the back of the pack.
Behind a very tough VB wall, but Hannah Barbarian was right there to help her out, but VB is recycling on her.
Yeah, I loved right there how Slam and Amazon just kind of took like a waist whip from Hurley to get out of there. And you know, we don't always talk about this, but it did happen in the last game. The pivot does have the ability to take the star and become the jammer with all jammer powers, as long as it's securely on their head. And at that point, you had Steve Jobs there as the pivot, and you know that could have been a situation where there might have been a helmet pass and decided to go that way. But you know, it's a dangerous move to make, because if you lose the helmet cover, you are just in a bad place. All right, timeout being called by the refs. Hey, who here is rooting for the Varsity Brawlers? Who's rooting for the Scream Queens? Who just loves roller derby? We do. Hey, Alpaca Punch wants to send some thank you love to the Kiwi family and her best friend Amanda for always taking time to tune in to the games. Sport means the world, and she loves you all. So thank you, everybody, our New Zealand fans, our New Zealand Varsity Brawler fans. Thank you for tuning in, and I know it's a weird time where you are, but we appreciate it. And yeah, just a big thank you also to Bear for lurking the live stream. I don't know who Bear is and why Bear is lurking the live stream, but you're a real one, buddy, is what Alpaca Punch would like me to tell you. And then in the stands, Alpaca Punch has Jenny. Jenny, thanks for never missing a game, even when they're just weeks apart. You're truly the best derby dad. Thank you, Jenny. That is so sweet. All right, let's get the action back on the track. And the most important thing, nobody in the penalty box.
I love a clear box.
Me too. Remember Christmas? Santa in those boxes.
Phrasing.
Those were some good times, Shady. That's why we're wearing blazers.
We were fancy.
Yeah, Block Matrix. Lead jammer for the Scream Queens. Pulp Friction making it out for VB. It was almost like they're in a standstill.
Yeah, it's a very slow-moving pack, but I think Varsity Brawlers were really confident with the 2 blockers in the back. One of them, a very veteran skater, Jaeger Bomb.
Yeah, yeah. How long has Jaeger been with the league? I'm losing track.
She's going to be coming on a decade, I think, pretty soon. Yeah, she's back from the Doll Factory days. She was in Derby Por Vida.
Oh my!
She was one of my Derby Por Vida babies.
Hey, Jaeger, you finally got to yell. You can't hear me, but I'm very excited. You finally got to yell. I got to hear you yell. That's great. Not talking to me. That's okay. Nobody hears me.
She's talking to Ruin.
It's all right.
It's more appropriate.
It is more appropriate. Why would anyone want to talk to me? I'm just up here. I'm here to commentate.
You're really good at it.
Oh, well, I'll start as soon as the whistle goes off. They're all like, oh my God, what's going on here? Oh, Wood has some words. Wood's telling him how it's done. Yeah. Oh. And they're taking that. We're going to switch up our lineups here. We're going to put in Misbehaving. Oh, we're going to put up Skeeve. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Varsity Brawlers have. Is that Jesus on the line?
Yeah.
It appears to be.
I guess you. It's not you, Jesus. I feel like there's. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what's going on.
Yeah, so we have Jaeger in the penalty box for the Varsity Brawlers with a directional block, joined in there by Daddy Longlegs, also a directional block, and Pulp Friction in there with, I believe, an illegal block. But being the jammer, this is going to make this a power jam, which is going to go into a timeout by the officials. So we're going to take care of that real quickly. I want to remind everybody that we have raffle tickets. Has everyone bought a raffle ticket? Probably not. It's time you do, because there's all this kind of cool stuff And it's very important that you know that the Derby Dolls are a nonprofit organization, so we need your money to pay the rent so we can keep this fabulous warehouse in Vernon.
If I'm to believe the Instagram post from earlier today, I believe one of the raffle prizes is wine.
Yeah, so
Count me in.
there's a great artist out there, Androgen Art, and I might have said that wrong, and I do apologize. And they're giving an 11 by 17 limited print of a David Bowie illustration.
Ooh.
And that would be a fabulous one. There's also a vintage item from Tricks and Panks by Slam Cook. Slam was one of our teammates when we were like skating with the Trust Fund Terrors.
Not a big deal, but her booth is so adorable. Go stop by if you haven't.
Yeah, please. And then there's wine, and then there's gift bag of Derby Dolls merch, and a gift item from Shell's General Store. Another one of our vendors. Buy a raffle ticket, and let's get back to this Power Jam. Advantage for a Scream Queens, and oh my
They're
goodness,
keeping it
that
standstill slow.
That is a slow pack.
Not slowing down the Scream Queens jam or misbehaving, though. She powered right through that wall.
Yeah, not much stops misbehaving. Oh man, BB down to just 2 skaters, Jesus and Envy Badams, doing a pretty good job of trying to tear up, well, actually they're doing a good job of making a path for it because they tore up the track. There was a sentence in there, I swear.
It was word salad. It's okay. It's Power Jam. It's exciting.
I'm really excited. Wow.
She's just trying to track that jammer all the way to the front of the pack and misbehaving just a little too fast.
Yeah, although, see if there's enough time. Is there enough time? Is there? Oh, there was enough time. Wow.
She just got a piece of her at the very end, but it was not enough to slow down misbehaving.
20-point Power Jam for the Scream Queens. What? Oh my God.
And this is what I love about Bank Track Derby. It's literally anybody's game until the very last jam is over.
Yeah, people make fun of us and stuff because Blaine would always say it's anybody's game, but he was right. Although, okay, penalties, we got Steve Jobs in the penalty box for the directional block for the Scream Queens, and we got Jesus in the penalty box for the Varsity Brawlers, but it is now 38-49, 11-point game. Valley Hurl versus Bucket. Valley's like, oh no, Jam has interrupted us. We are calling that puppy off.
And that's the first quarter, Evilly.
Oh my goodness, that is the first quarter.
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break here, but this is going to have a chance for you. Please go buy some raffle tickets or a drink. You have a 5-minute break before we start the second quarter, and we're going to check out what's going on in the chat room. All right, everybody, get back to your seats. Time for the second quarter of exciting roller derby action here in Valhalla. I hope everybody got themselves some raffle tickets and maybe some merch, and also hit up our bar. All right, we have got it 104. I'm sorry, 100. No idea. Wow, what happened? 49-38. Varsity Brawlers in the lead. But, man, we just had that big 20-point power jam from misbehaving of the Screen Queens. And more excitingly, nobody in the penalty box.
Fresh quarter, fresh start.
Yeah.
So nice. New quarter, new me.
It's nice when that works out that way. Yep, Alpaca Punch, out of the pack. Co-captain Alpaca Punch, I should say. Ice Creamer.
Ice Creamer behind Jesus, and that is just, not where you want to be as a jammer.
And Hell's Kitten in there. Man, Hell's Kitten really... It's a hard time to get around Hell's Kitten. It's literally like all those kitten powers. We all know what kitten powers are, because I have a kitten.
I have 3.
Oh my God.
They're sweet baby angels.
Look at the blue wall from the Screen Queens, though. Yeah, great job there. That was Nunchucks, Whiskey, and Steve holding up the 3 wall. Making it so only, how many points did we get there? Sometimes the hands move too fast. That sounded weird. 9 points for the Brawlers. And we do have misbehaving in the penalty box with a stopping penalty. There's no stopping in Derby.
Not in this kind of Derby, not in this flavor. That is Sprocket Rocket out in lead jammer, calling it off.
Yeah, Sprocket was running.
Sprocket was really a rocket right there.
Oh, yeah.
If I do say so myself.
And pulled some Jamison Reptus on Jaeger. That's fine. No time to get any penalties.
Sometimes a clean reset is the best method.
This is true.
Quick call off, get a new pack up there.
Oh, wow.
And it seems to work out wonderfully for the Screen Queens.
Yeah, well, Slicks was out of there so quickly, but it looks like MB Badams took the same path, and another quick call off.
I feel like we have a theme for the second quarter, and it is jammer races.
Jammer race. Yeah, I was talking to someone, like by the way, we have Jesus will be in the penalty box with a directional block. In whatever sport do you have your lineup change every 60 seconds or in sometimes 20 seconds? It's kind of crazy to think about.
It's crazy, but we make it go.
Yeah. It's a lot, though. It's a lot to follow. It's going to be very confusing in that way. Whiskey behavior. Oh, I'm sorry, Damage Dame. I saw the skirt. They're both skirts. Damage Dame out, sees Bucket behind, calls it off. Now, I'm reminding you again, the jammer, who has the star on the helmet, can skate the full 60 seconds of the jam or use the lead jammer positions by putting hands on hips to call off the jam, in case you didn't get that. Roller derby, you're skating offense and defense at the same time. So that's why it is such a quick-moving sport, because every skater is not only trying to get their jammer through, they are trying to stop the opposing jammer. So we got Nunchucks in the penalty box with a low blocking for Screen Queens. Pulp Friction in the penalty box with a low blocking for Brawlers. So they're down 1 blocker each team. I believe that's Hell's Kitten. Yep, Brawlers goes in the infield, had to re-enter the pack without advancing position. Sprocket Rocket taking off like a rocket out of the pack. Hurley kind of holding back Hell's Kitten, but has to be careful not getting into a blocking out of play situation.
Screen Queens trying to help Sprocket through the pack. Keep running into those VB blockers, though. Those pesky VB blockers will get in your way.
Yeah. You had a big case of VB for a long time.
I did.
Let's talk about your VB.
Well, sometimes it's hard to talk about my VB, but I could do it here live in front of everybody.
Well,
I was a Varsity Brawlers skater, I believe, from like 2013 to about 2019, something like that.
Like 6 years?
Yeah, something like 6 years. No, more than, I don't know. It was a lot of years. It was super fun.
By the way, we have a situation here which is a back blocking ×2 against Sprocket Rocket. So, and then if you notice, there's nobody on the jam line because Jaeger's starting. That jam line is just a suggestion. You can start anywhere behind it. So if you want to get all your power back and go through it, which we call a smarty pants move. That was a big smarty pants kind of thing.
For sure, and she used all that speed and power to cut right through that pack, and she's back around to the pack again.
Yeah, so Jaeger definitely using that kind of strategy. You know, coming off a dead stop in that pack's a little intimidating. Look at Jaeger go. Now, when you go in the infield, has to re-enter that pack without advancing position.
Scream Queen's got a nice 3-wall in the back, but not enough to stop Jaeger Bomb.
Yeah, Ahura was trying to launch block against a block with block.
Which is an effective strategy, but you got to have that timing just right. And Jaeger Bomb is one of those skaters that can change her speed in a split second.
Yeah, I think we're going to have we're having a little bit of a switcheroo here with Skeeve and Ahura. And oh wow, yeah, that did the trick right there. Yeah,
I think those blockers were like, let's just try something new.
Yeah,
and it worked.
And that's the thing with roller derby. You got to change your strategy in a heartbeat. It's not where a lot of games where you have a play and that's how it's going to go for the whole time. It is not. Varsity Brawlers 7 points, everybody. And we do have an above shoulders block against Horchata, and we got Ice Creamer with a directional block. Now you'll notice a lot of times those skaters will kind of come laterally down the track to drop a block on somebody. They have to have a little direction there, otherwise they will get that directional block for just going straight down. Got to move forward.
That's your captain of the Scream Queens, Whiskey Behavior, out in lead jammer. You'll notice that she's lead jammer because the jammer following her is pointing at her and pointing up in the sky.
Yeah, and they got a color coordinating head helmet thingy. Yeah, that's
sweatband.
Sweatband, thank you. Oh man, I could not find that word. Yeah, let's give it up for Whiskey Behavior. Taking over a great line of blue team leadership. Some greats like Puncharello, the original. Trying to think. I think Amber Alert was a captain at one point.
Amber, yeah.
Morningwood, who is our captain.
Tonight.
Captain for the Trust Fund Terrace. By the way, we got to give a lot of love to people in the chat room. We got people in the chat room as far as Brazil, everybody. Hurley out of the pack for the Scream Queens. Malice Cullens jamming for VB. And wow, look at the hassle. Oh, the pack right now is all over the place. Yeah, I mean, it's carnage.
They're up, they're down, they're all around.
I don't even think they're like, do we get up? I don't know. Should we? Oh, I think Hannah
Barbarian going right back to the bench.
Had a little mishap. Now, by going to the bench and not calling off the jam, that doesn't penalize you. So that's a difficult choice sometimes.
She made a strategic move, so she's not going to be sitting out 5 jams, and her team gets to keep going on this jam that they are doing great in.
Yeah, tremendous jam there from Valley Hurl. 9 points for your Scream Queens. So if you have a Sprocket in the penalty box with a low blocking penalty for the Scream Queens, a jam has to end because somebody has an injury or for whatever reason have to call it off, that person has to sit out for a certain period of time. But if you just go to the infield like that and it's not called, that definitely has less consequences, so to speak. Oh, that's Andy Badams coming out of that pack. Yep. You can see the determination on the hustle.
Yeah, she has a job to do, and she knows what that is, and that job is score points.
Oh, yeah.
And score points she did.
Wait, when you watch her come by, she's usually smiling. Oh, maybe. Oh, we're too serious right now.
Super serious. Super serial.
That won't happen for long. Oh! Wow. That was like a lovely mid-air flip. Lost that momentum, but here comes the hustle. Unbelievable.
She's still going. Just get up and keep going.
Yeah. This is
it's very youthful energy that I miss having.
Yeah. You can a new draft as well. Right into Horchata's butt. That was great. That was some good stuff right there. And let's call it off after that. Give it for Andy Badams, everybody. That was incredible. Oh man, and we had a whole lot of love going on in that chat room for YouTube. By the way, Scalding Caulfield, hi! I'm so glad you're watching. And to whoever's from Brazil, so happy you're here. And J-Lo's in there, by the way. Jennifer Lopez was giving some love to Damage Dame and some other people. Missy, some Screen Queens.
Oh. Brody, killing it, Jaeger.
Oh,
From our very own Broadzilla.
Oh my God, my captain. Hey, how about me, Cappy? It's all right. I don't need your reassurance constantly. I'm not that insecure. Totally that insecure. Daddy Longlegs jamming for Varsity Brawlers in the lead jammer position. Whiskey stuck on the high side and kind of working into a blocking position there.
Damage Dame taking a second to block. Yeah.
Damn, I just keep looking at the skirts. I got to stop doing that. Well, people stopped wearing skirts, so it's like there's usually one person wearing a skirt.
Skirts are fun, people.
They are.
So fun.
Wow. It's an aggressive game. 8 points for the Varsity Brawlers. As they expand their league. Some people in the chat were asking about the Battle on the Bank. It will be here in June 28th to 30th, Battle of the Bank here in Vernon. But penalty box, we have Breaker Thighs with the blocking out of play, and Misbehaving in the penalty box for the Screen Queens. That's Alpaca Punch.
Slam and Son not far behind. Alpaca does have a half a track lead.
Oh, yeah. I scored some points against Pac when I was in practicing. It was like the greatest thrill. Slam and Amazon so close. Now, is everybody doing all right? Everyone having fun out there? Oh, look, you got a head.
Oh, is that...
Oh, my God. Oh, blood around the neck. I'm sorry.
You're like, look, we're making
vomit.
this punk rock.
Yeah.
Punk rock. Ugh,
Everything is punk rock. Or it was earlier. Okay, so we got Kitten in the penalty box for blocking out of bounds and Whiskey Behavior, and now that jam's over, so they'll be out of the penalty box.
That's a real quick one.
We were really excited about Hurley's head. Oh, that's like a TV show, Hurley's head. We'll call Blanca Patch and Pam Ribbon. We'll have them write it.
Love it, love it.
I'm just loving the excitement right now. It got really quiet. I know, it's kind of fun sometimes. It's like really serious. Oh, right through the middle, Misbehaving, out of that pack and lead jammer.
And Meep Adams trying to get out in the back, but Ski was not going to let that happen. And then she went up to the rail, and Ice Creamer shut her down. So
yeah, you can see Skeeve yelling at, okay, you get up there. That's the communication on the track is so essential. Power the lead jammer, call it off. 4 points for the Screen Queens. All right, you're all getting so many shout outs in the chat room. Everyone loves you. Most of you. Slam and Amazon.
Breaker Thigh's not far behind, though.
Yeah, Breaker Thigh, another skirt. Beautiful skirt. Flowy.
So Breaker Thighs and I are on an unofficial team together. It's team legs for days. Look at those gams.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
We had the combination of Maggie Mayhem and Stabitha, and the two of them, their wingspan could pretty much cover the entire track, which is incredible.
It's a superpower of us talls.
All right, I was joking. Everybody is having a love fest in here. There's not a negative thing. Oh, well, maybe that one. No, I'm just kidding. Very docile. Oh, in the chat room, but not on the track.
A little bit of a scrum start there, but we got Sheezus out in lead jammer for Varsity Brawlers and Valley Hurl right behind her.
Yeah, Snack, by the way, skating the second game of the day. Got MVP blocker in the early game for the Baby Doll Brawl. We got a very split pack there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the enforcers have to say about that.
Well, I guess nothing action happened, so that no foul, no.
No impact, no penalty?
That's it.
That's the one?
Thank
you. Looks like somebody got a penalty, though.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe some impact.
Oh, I want to say no harm, no foul. Okay, a pack-a-punch in the penalty box with an arms, horchata blocking out of play. So there was a blocking out of play in there.
And when the pack is split like that, a lot of times it goes to whoever's blocking, or the failure to reforms will go to the skaters that are the closest to reforming. So even though it's a team effort, they just kind of pick the one that's closest.
Right.
A lot to think about when you're out there on the track.
Yeah, and not a lot of time to think about it. It happens so quickly. Like I said, I mean, each jam is no longer than 60 seconds. And every jam has a lineup change for, the most part. Pulp Friction, not lead jammer, as Tricky Ricardo is letting us know. 5 points for the Screen Queens from Ice Creamer there. Where are we going here? We're 102 to 67. And y'all, do we having one more jam or are we at halftime? I guess we're having one more jam. Then we'll have a halftime break. Y'all can go get some raffle tickets. You're here. We're a nonprofit. You should buy a raffle ticket. You win cool stuff. Of course, drinks, food, and all our wonderful vendors out there. Please check out our vendors. And you can see some of the stuff you'll win in the raffle when you buy that ticket. Nunchucks jamming for the Screen Queens. That's Satanic Panic jamming. Oh, Satanic Panic! Makes it through high on the high side. Oh, man.
Nunchuck's getting turned around in the front by Jesus and decides to call it off.
That was exciting. All right, everybody. How'd that clear out? We're going to have our halftime, everybody. 4 points for the Screen Queens. Going to bring it to 71 to 102. Go buy those raffle tickets, buy some merch, and find out about how you can be a member of Dolls Nation. There's all kinds of ways you can be more involved with the Derby Dolls. And we'll see you back here in 20 minutes? We're doing 20? I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. We'll let you know when to come back.
I'm Susie Snake Eyes, number 30-1.
My name is Iron Maven.
Hi, I'm Doom Daisy. Everybody around here just calls me Daisy.
My name is Elsa Duff, but everyone knows me as Eva Lee, the announcer for the Los Angeles Derby Dolls.
Rebecca Ninberg, and my skate name is Demolicious, and I'm the co-founder and was CEO of the Derby Dolls for many years, until 2015.
The Derby Dolls were the third league in existence. It was the Texas Roller Girls, and then they split up into flat and bank track, and then it was the Arizona Roller Derby, AZRD, and then it was us. And then all these leagues started popping up. So this happened very early on.
The beginning of the Derby Dolls, it was almost like the forming of a band. How do you find room for a bank track and 60 skaters in Los Angeles? It's hard enough to find an apartment here. And now we want to find a place and put a bank track up and skate roller derby in it, something that hasn't happened in decades. It was definitely a very intimidating task to even think that we could accomplish that.
A lot of women our age had grown up watching it, and this nostalgia had come back. First meeting, an ad on Craigslist, we had we had 20 people. And then our first practice, we had 40. And I was kind of blown away.
We found a way to become part of the community, become more mainstream for everyone. We weren't just attracting the punk rock, rockabilly, rock and roll crowd anymore. We started attracting like families and very normal people that it was like their night going to the roller derby. It was like excitement for them.
We would practice together, we'd go to the bar after, we would hang out. There were a lot of theme parties back in the original days.
Every weekend was a theme party. I remember just thinking can't we just wear normal clothes and just hang out once? Just have one?
We went and got recruited and checked out a game here and watched Iron Maven get knocked unconscious and thought to myself, maybe this isn't for me.
There were a lot of things that were a result of Iron Maven losing her tooth.
I think that roller derby is amazing as an outsider sport. And we had the best roller derby skaters in the whole world who would come here and skate, come here and coach.
And when we're selling out juniors and adults, there's an audience for this. There's support for us in the community. I love when it's their first time when they hear about it and they roll in the door. They're like, this is unbelievable. How did I not know this existed?
She said, Maven, if you skate this 20th anniversary bout, you will be maybe the only skater who also skated the very first bout of the LA Derby Dolls. It might just be me and Susie Snake Eyes because it was Siren's Tough Cookies. She would have been on the Tough Cookies, I was on the Sirens. So we would have skated that first bout in 2006, and here we are skating this 20th anniversary alumni bout.
It still felt like home. One of us may have said to the other, I'm going to try not to cry during this. It's been 20 years, and how it has looked has changed so much.
And in the evolution is the ability and the willingness to change. And in thinking about where the league is going, I'm hopeful we, this greater chosen family,
We figured out what we can sustain.
I'm so happy that I stayed around on the board, even though I could have said I'm out after 2 years, to get through the hard times, to get to where we are now.
The world needed the Derby Dolls. Women can come into this space and learn about power. When I saw the impact it had in people's lives, in young girls, and it changed the trajectory of their lives, I'm telling you, there is nothing that gives me greater joy.
Hi, and thank you so much for joining us in our live stream here at halftime. We're here at Valhalla. Halfway through, it's quite an exciting game. I have with me Melistopheles, coaching for Scream Queens. Mel.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm very excited about the energy.
Excellent. Okay, as a former skater, now coaching, what is the difference between your I'm going to skate pregame ritual and your I'm going to coach pregame ritual?
Well, when I'm going to coach, I can eat what I want. I can get up what I want. I didn't do any pre-skates, off workout, none of that. It's more about engaging with the team before the game, getting on their chat, and just being motivational but also useful. Because a lot of compliments is great, but we also have to do some work out there, especially when we're up against an opponent like VB, who are very organized and coming off a pretty good showing at Champs, actually.
I had another question. Okay, in your opinion, which bench would you rather start in? Which bench do you think is more advantageous to start a game, the far bench or the close bench, and why?
Okay, so normally I would say we'd start on the far bench so we'd get like a back wall later on and we could like work maybe a little less hard, but Scream Queens chose to take the close bench early and it actually seems to be really working for us. So who knows?
And what adjustments do you think you might want to make coming from this other bench in going into the second half, especially given the sort of exciting momentum that you've got?
Well, we're going to have to rethink our back wall, but we were doing a lot of shifting to defense in the front when we were short or when circumstances required it. So I think our D in the front will still work really well.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much. Awesome. Very exciting. And now we have Breaker Thighs.
Hi.
So you've been on VB for how long now?
I think we're coming up to 7 years.
7 years, yeah. Congratulations. So I've noticed that VB Jammers, you guys are playing with starting a little bit further back. What is the advantage and potential disadvantage to that strategy?
So typically a jammer is going to start farther back because they want to come in with the speed. Jammers thrive on speed. The more speed they have, the more likely it is that they're going to be able to bob and weave through the pack. And we as their blockers know that, and so we're trying to create those holes at the exact right time. And so if a jammer starts a little farther back, gives them that little added extra advantage.
Take advantage of the cluster.
Exactly.
Excellent. So you guys are off to a really great start. Are there any adjustments that you're going to make from this side?
Yeah, when we get to the close bench, you got to change the lineups just a little bit. What worked in the far bench, because you have a little bit more time to get over there, doesn't always work when you are on the near bench. So we'll probably adjust a couple of things so we can make sure that we've got those butts in the back, and then we can be as effective for our jammers as possible.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Go enjoy. Excellent. And look, we have an enforcer, Metallic Kyle.
That's me.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about, I did come up with a good question. What is your favorite hand signal?
Oh, I think that would probably be the totem.
Does it always?
Which you saw in the first half, because we had a totem, which is pretty rare.
It was like early on, like Jam 2 or something.
Yeah. It threw us off.
Can you explain what a totem is?
Nope. Yes, a totem is when you have a double jammer down and one of the teams, at least one team, has a must skate.
And can you explain what a must skate is?
A must skate is when you have 3 blockers all get penalties in the same jam. That would leave only one blocker available for the next jam, and we can't have that. So that means that one of the skaters must skate. But in a double jammer down situation, we have the jammers sit as blockers, and that would create too many blockers sitting in the box. So instead, we have a totem, and the skaters go back out on the track and skate some more.
Excellent. We like skaters skating so much. All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to get ready for our second half. Very exciting stuff. The next game is coming up March 23rd. It's going to be Fight Crew versus Tough Cookies in the evening, and Junior Fight Crew and Junior Tough Cookies in the afternoon. So join us for that. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Hey, get back to your seats. Are we ready? Are we doing this? Hey, everybody. It's time for the second half of exciting roller derby action here in Valhalla. We got the Varsity Brawlers with 102 versus 71 for the Scream Queens. We're starting this half with a skater from each team in the penalty box. We got Slim Riggins with a directional block, and we've got also directional block for Slam and Amazon. Pack sent out by one blocker, but misbehaving right out of that pack, and Bucket is out too.
BB's got a nice back wall, and Skeev's running and trying to split that pack for her jammer.
Oh, wow. Misbehaving, though. Nice little hop, skip, and a jump on the apex there. Not an apex jump, but you know what I mean. And getting some points.
She's one of those jammers. You cannot give her an inch because she will take it and score points.
Exactly. That is exactly. 3 points there for the Scream Queens. Sorry, I was in the middle of eating this delicious donut. Man, thank you, Scream Queens. I'm assuming it's just a little leftover from the blue team theme. Oh, you can tell that's Envy Bout of us by now, right?
Yes, you can see the way Envy just runs through the pack with a vengeance.
Yeah, and you can see that slam at Amazon. Oh, right up to the back of Sprocket Rocket and then calling it off. Now, to get a point, you only have to pass the hips. So you always want to see they might have squeaked one in, but it doesn't look that way. Welcome back, everybody in the chat room. Anybody in the chat room? Where's the person from Brazil? Are you in the medal? I hope the person from Brazil is in the medal. Okay, we do have a directional block.
And that would be on Valley Hurl.
That would be on Hurley. It's a disadvantage for the Screen Queens. They have slicks up there jamming. Malice jamming for Brawlers.
Jaeger bomb?
Oh, I'm sorry. Not Jaeger is jamming for.
Jaeger bomb.
How could I mix this? Well,
she's coming into a wall of blue, but it does not slow her down.
Wow.
It goes right through it.
I'm seeing Libby Whirlbird going up there, and I feel like there's someone's going to talking to. Well,
I feel like I heard her say power jam.
Yeah, Chopsticks in the penalty box with a cutting penalty. Got to make sure that. Can you see my thumb?
I can see the whiteboard, not the writing on it.
Well, the writing on it is there is one jammer on the floor, one team that can score, and that is the Varsity Brawlers with a Pack-a-Punch as your power jammer.
Varsity Brawlers keeping this pack nice and slow, not letting those Scream Queens run away.
Yeah, getting caught behind Skeeve, but she had to let her go or risk a blocking out of play penalty.
When you're out of play in the front, you also have to yield the lower 4 feet of the track to the jammer.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Is that true?
That's very true. You can get a penalty. I don't remember which one, but yes.
I forgot, you have
to give them the bottom 4 feet of the track. It's okay. Sometimes they still run into you.
21 years with the league. No, actually, I do believe I remember that. It just kind of came to me. But now everybody will remember it. Thank you, Dr. Shady.
You're welcome.
For your diagnosis. A Pack-a-Punch through with, what was that? 13 points. Wow. Varsity Brawlers increasing their lead. But everyone's so concerned. Hey, make some noise so I know you're alive over there. Like some sort of extreme drink right now. I feel like
something with a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, instead I'm just having, I finished my coffee and now I'm just having a donut. I am truly hitting that AARP age. Okay, so we do have penalties against Ice Creamer, failure to reform for the Queens, and also we have Slim Riggins, a multiplayer block, and we have Shiza's failure to reform for the Varsity Brawlers. So a bit of the thinned out blockers in the pack.
Looks like we got ourselves a jammer race, and it is over.
Yeah. It started and then it was done. It's Bucket versus Hurley. It was fabulous, and then it was done. All that prep for that. Nobody in the penalty box. It's such a joyous moment.
Looks like MV Badham's jamming for VB and Block Matrix for the Scream Queens. Both having a rough time with this pack. These blockers are not letting any jammers through.
Yeah, well, Block Matrix definitely getting the runaround there from Jesus, but then Jesus was getting a little bit too far behind the pack. I believe that could have been an out of play situation. So right there with Skatanic Panic being a little bit too in front of the pack. Getting a thumbs up on that. What do we got? 2 points for the Varsity Brawlers. Working up that lead. Going to be 121 to 74 for the Screen Queens, and we do have a penalty against Gandalf the Cray.
I believe it was a blocking out of play penalty.
Was it?
I gave the thumbs up on the
you
board.
You gave the thumbs up, but yet you didn't see.
I did half of my job.
Well, you're supposed to read it, but it's okay. We're good.
Ice Creamer out and lead jammer for the Scream Queens.
There's
She's
Malice.
got those quick feet.
Yeah. Well,
I love a good quick foot run as a jammer. It just gives you just like 3 to 5 steps to really increase your speed is insane.
Yeah, that was great. They're coming in hot. I believe Malice ran her helmet into Skeeve's butt, and that was a great block right there. And but yeah, they're coming in that corner hot.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Looks like a clear box.
Yeah, and now like Malice is really happy, and we can all hear it. Now Pack-a-Punch jamming for the Brawlers. I can see Bisky Behavior jamming for the Screen Queens. The Squeens. Man, that's some hustling going on in there.
And we have a panty pass, not fully complete, but Whiskey did take off the panty and hand it off to her pivot.
Hand it off to her pivot.
It looks like Sprocket Rocket.
And Sprocket just fell into the infield, so I'm not sure exactly. Oh, nope, Sprocket does have it.
They have it, and they're putting on the panty. You cannot score points without that star on your head.
Yeah, you got to have it on your head. It was a noble attempt. Oh, 8 points for the Brawlers. Oh boy, is that a star? Oh yeah, Sprocket's going to the penalty box. Not sure under a pivot or as a pivot, as a blocker. So pivots are kind of like lead blockers, I guess you could call it. Okay, here's the situation. Then both jam. We're gonna have a power jam. Sprocket's in the penalty box with a cutting penalty, and Slim Brigand's in the penalty box for Varsity Brawlers.
I believe a directional block. Sorry, I keep giving the thumbs.
That's all right. It's okay, Shady. Well, it's good. I'm happy you're here.
I'm so happy to be here, especially with you. It's so lovely.
I know, my teammate. Bucket out, lead, only jammer in this power jam. Horchata kind of rushing the whole front of that pack, trying to hold it. But can you stop Bucket? Ooh, nope. Close, not quite. Look at the hustling going on in the pack. Like Pulp Friction is working so hard to hold the line for Bucket.
Yeah, there's a lot going on from both teams. It looks like the Squeens are just trying to stay together anywhere they can be. Shada's been chasing the jammer out of the pack or trying to hold them in as long as possible. So she keeps finding herself in a nearly out-of-play situation in the front, and she doesn't want that to happen.
No, and also you got to make sure that you're skating forward at all times. That was good. I'm just going to roll into Bucket. 14 points for the Brawlers. Wow. They're pulling it out on the scoreboard here. Who is rooting for the Brawlers? Where's the Brawlers fans? But where's the Screen Queens fans? Because they need some love. Especially Gandalf, who's in the penalty box with an arms penalty, as is Breaker Thighs for the Brawlers, also arms penalty. Oh, no. It's like shark thumb.
Misbehaving with some very sly jukes out in lead jammer.
Yeah, she like saw Jesus was about to just land one and decided, I'm going to kind of work this out a bit.
Gave her that little shimmy shake. It was great.
Yeah, it was almost a little bit confusing.
It's almost like she had that planned.
Yeah, let's confuse Jesus. That's what I did when I skated. I tried to confuse people.
It's an effective strategy, and Misbehaving calling it off before MB Adams can hit the pack.
Yeah, I screamed at Estrogen in a flat track game so much that she thought I hated her, and then I had to explain to her like a year later that I was just trying to use a strategy.
Sorry about that. I unplugged myself evilly.
Oh, I'm sorry that I had my water sitting there.
That's all good.
Yeah, we're good up here.
We're good. I don't know what you said, but I'm sure it was lovely.
Yeah, well, I've already forgotten it. Like the memory of a goldfish these days. All right, that is Daddy Longlegs jamming for the Varsity Brawlers. A new draft to the team. Also does a lot of enforcing for the league.
Scream Queen's got a wide floor wall in the back. And it's working out. They close those gaps right at the last second, stopping the jammer from getting through. So we'll see how many points, if any, she picked up.
Yeah, Hurley was so close into getting into a point-scoring position as well. They did get Brawlers did get 4 points.
Oh, nice. Sometimes, as a jammer, you pass people and you don't even realize it. Because you sort of pass them and then they recycle you a little bit and they're still in front of you.
Yeah, and you're like, did that count?
Yeah, you're like, were my hips past their hips? I hope so.
Yeah, have you noticed how much since Derby your life is judged by, is my hips in front of theirs? Because if so, I'm moving up front. That's how I get through mosh pits or lines at concerts. Slicks jamming for the Scream Queens out as lead jammer. Now pack a punch up to the front. Man, look at that BB wall though. Oh man! Has to re-enter the pack with that advancing position or we'll get a cutting penalty. Went on the pack to call it off. Don't know if that happened quite in time. That was fast.
That was a lot going on.
That was a lot. 1 point for the Varsity Brawlers. 1 point for the Scream Queens. Hey, see how that worked out? We wait kind of silent. Oh, yep, there goes Pack. Pack is going into the box. And, ooh. Wait, no, maybe.
Maybe not.
Yep.
It's Slicks.
All right, so we have both the jammers and they both got arms penalty, but Pack-a-Punch also got an above shoulders, 2 for 1. And because of that, they'll be fielding blockers for this because we need jammers. Double jammer down. And I see that they have put Jaeger up there jamming.
Against, I believe, Ice Creamer.
They seem to be having a little bit of a discussion.
I see Creamer smiling.
Probably said something really
nice.
Really witty and funny.
Hilarious little jokes on the jammer line.
Yeah. Oh, and then that happens. Oh, man. Oh, don't hurt Misbehaving. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, Ice Creamer's like, I am out of here, and I don't blame you. Oh, there comes Jaeger. Man, can't stop Jaeger. Jaeger's like a cannonball.
Absolutely. She sees her hole, and she's going to go take it. And if there's not one there, she's going to make one.
Yeah, powerful skater, great movement all around, and just has that attitude of nothing's going to stop her at all. But, that's what roller derby is supposed to teach you, that everything is possible. All right, Skatanic Panic being called off the track because we have 2 skaters in the penalty box. Directional block against Breaker Thighs and blocking out of play against Bucket. Oh, hey, it's Hannah Barbarian jamming for the Scream Queens. And MB Adams doing a pretty good job.
Hannah's in and through the pack already. Made it look easy. She was so sneaky. I don't know if anyone was aware that she was there.
Yeah, she's sneaky like that. She's kind of the quiet cool, I would definitely say. 4 points and a trainer. So, you know, they definitely know not only their own strengths, but also the ones of the skaters.
Hannah's also a DDX skater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she's getting all that extra all-star training in.
Yeah, so I really appreciated a lot of her training tips when we were training to do the alumni bout. We do have Jesus in the penalty box for the Varsity Brawlers with an arms penalty.
Jesus has been making quite a few trips to the penalty box tonight.
Yeah. Well,
I hate to see it.
Sometimes you just need a moment alone to think about things and get your thoughts together.
You think about what you did, Jesus, okay?
Yeah.
We're watching you. Got Daddy Longlegs held up by a fierce four-wall of Scream Queen blockers.
Cora's kind of doing like the window washer thing of just back and forth. Two points for the Brawlers. And then we have about a minute left in this quarter. Then it's going to be raffle time. So if you bought a raffle ticket, start digging around in your pocket. We are going to be announcing that in just a jam or two. Yeah, raffle time. Pretty exciting, huh? Oh, wow. It's like they parted the Red Sea. And out came Hell's Kitten and Slamming Amazon.
A little bit of jammer race, but it looks like Hell's Kitten's going to go for it, try to get some points.
Oh, my God. That was so good.
She went for it, and so did some of the Scream Queen blockers, who ended up taking out their own jammer.
Yeah, and then, I mean, she like flew or something.
It was like an apex step, but very, very fast.
Okay, yeah, we got to watch that one like right before the raffle. Remember that when this is put online. So we have Ice Creamer in the penalty box for the Scream Queens with a directional block. And this will be the last jam before the third quarter break, which is a 5-minute break. And then we have one more quarter left. Bucket. Lead jammer. Oh man, Valley Hurl. Maneuvering her way
Bucket's
around.
telling her
Brickle
teammates,
dive.
go in, go make some holes for me, and they do.
Yeah, Horde just got a little bit too far out to block. We had 0 for the Scream Queens. And we got 4 for the Brawlers. Hey, it's raffle time, everybody. You got your raffle tickets? Hey, Shady, you get a call raffle. Did you know that?
Right. I did not know that.
Yeah, well, there's
That's
someone right
amazing.
behind you. They'll hand you the numbers, or maybe they'll do it themselves.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's grab the first ticket then. The first prize is...
Are we starting from the top? Yeah. Okay. The first prize is the 11x17 limited print David Bowie illustration by Androgynon Art, one of today's vendors. And that is going to ticket number 1829371.
Wait and see if somebody says it.
Is that anybody's ticket? One more time, that's 1829371. Winners, come on down, yes?
Yeah, to the...
Go to the bar? No, the snack. The snacks. Right over here next to the announcer booth. Down below, the snacks, and you can come claim your prize.
Now 1, now 2.
All right. Our second raffle prize is a vintage item from Tricks and Pranks by Slam Cook, one of today's vendors. If you didn't check it out, it's the cute little vintage booth outside. And that's going to lucky ticket number 1829347. That's 1829347. Anyone? You got to jump up and down so I can see you if you won.
All right, if you won, make sure you make some noise and then come down here where the snacks are. Well, let's move on to the next one then.
We're moving on. That's for the vintage item. The next prize is wine from Levine. Levine? I don't know. I don't speak that language. Hello. Evilly's taking selfies.
I'm making the new person do the raffle.
The super yummy wine is going to ticket number 1829362.
If you were here, that could be you. Say it one more time.
That's lucky ticket number 1829362. Is that anybody? I see a lot of hands in the air. There can't be that many people. Oh, I see someone coming on down. Come down, claim your wine. Oh, I dropped my sheet. All right, next up is a gift bag of Derby Doll merch. Get your sweet, sweet Derby Doll merch. And that's going to lucky ticket number 1829453. One more time, that's 1829453. Is there a winner? Yeah, come get your Derby Dolls merch. Come down to the snack booth. See, you guys got to treat this like the Price is Right. You got to come on down, you know what I'm saying? Hands in the air, high-fiving everybody because you just won the raffle. Our fifth raffle prize is a gift from Shell's General Store, who is also one of today's vendors. And the lucky ticket for the gift from Shell's General Store is 1829368. One more time, that's 1829368. Do we have a winner? Yes? Is that your? Yes, that's what's up, right over there. And our sixth and final prize for the night is a free acai bowl and a smoothie from, sorry, one more time? Sorry, I'm reading handwriting. Amaryllis? Amaryllis Bowl and Juice Bar. They're the vendor outside. If you haven't seen the delicious smoothies and protein shakes and whatnots that they have out there, they look amazing. And you could have one if you have ticket number 1829465. Once again, that's 1829465. You get a free acai bowl or smoothie from the vendor outside.
All right, everybody. Thank you to everyone who supported the raffle. Did we get some winners out there? Y'all were a little quiet. I hope you heard. If you won something, we'll have your prizes down at the snack thing. Oh, so we had a little confusions with the raffle, but we'll figure it out. Somebody will figure it out. Make Di tell you what to do. Hey, Di, help out with raffle. All right, so we are going to, I meant that in a kind, nice way. I am going to start the fourth quarter of exciting roller derby action here at Valhalla with a power jam. We got Hurley Girl in the penalty box with an above shoulders block. And I believe that's NB Badams jamming for the Varsity Brawlers, who have a lead 162-82. Woo! Oh!
Scream Queens are not feeling this power jam. They are trying to shut that jammer down, and so far successful.
Wow.
NB Badams wants points, and they said, no, not right now.
No, not at all. Wow. That was some great holding of that pack.
Queens are also working really hard to get back together. As blockers, you generally want to be with your buddies. You're so much stronger together than you are by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Derby is definitely, you look for your buddy. Ooh.
That was a nice hit. Is that Gandalf?
Yeah, that was Gandalf the Cray with a look like, I want to say.
That hit looked pretty cray, so I was going to say.
It was pretty cray. Ooh. It was very Gandalf the Cray.
BB playing all the O for their jammer, and she's out yet again. Power jams are that special time when you get one job, either offense or defense.
Yeah, that is kind of a nice time because other times it's just you have your head spinning off trying to do both. Hey, don't forget, now that we have the raffle over, we'll be telling you about the after party. There's an after party at Novocaine in Huntington Beach. We'll give giving you more information on that. Thank you again for supporting the raffle and for supporting the Derby Dolls. We are a non-profit organization, and we appreciate your support.
One more time, that's Novocaine in Huntington Park.
Oh, Huntington Park.
Huntington Beach would be a
Yeah,
drive.
that's a long way. Huntington Park.
Huntington Park on Santa Fe, much closer.
All right, we do have penalties against Gandalf DeCray, directional block for Screen Queens, and we also have a Pack-a-Punch and Slim in the Riggins in the play box for the Varsity Brawlers. A Pack-a-Punch with 2 penalties, a directional block and an arms penalty.
What I like about Bank Track is when you get 2 penalties in one jam, it's kind of like a 2-for-1 discount. You get 2 penalties towards your ejection, but you only have to sit once.
Yeah, but it does go to the ejection threshold, and there's a 7 penalty ejection threshold. Anybody hits that, they get ejected from the bout.
I do think there's a few skaters that might be coming close to that threshold tonight.
You know, we definitely seen some people making a lot. I haven't felt like somebody's had like an really excessive amount, but yeah, we've definitely seen repeat offenders into the box. Bring it to 167-82 here in the last 4th final quarter. You know, again, thank you to everybody who's watching in the YouTube channel. We appreciate that. We do have a horchata in the play box with a failure to reform.
Ooh, according to the YouTube chat, Millie Dread was one of our raffle winners, and No Fox Given would also like me to give a shout out to Millie Dread. So shout out and congrats on your raffle win.
All right, that's nice to hear. Let's hear for our raffle winners. Slicks, jamming for the Screen Queens, but the damage about to be done by Alpaca Punch, moving through on a scoring punch, scoring pass.
Sliding by on that high, making it look easy.
Yeah, exactly, and calling it off. Yeah, I got to give a shout out to truck driving Kimmy. I don't think I've given her a report tonight. She is hauling 22,000 pounds of cardboard boxes from Salt Lake City to Ann Arbor, Michigan. I hope you're having a good ride, Kimmy. And of course, if you can't be here at Valhalla to see games live, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel. And we hope you all are having fun of these watching there. I'm assuming Seth Who's in there, and Brody, I hope you're still with us. Fox. It feels like I just saw you like, I don't know, an hour ago.
Valley Herald telling her blockers to go for it. She wants to get them points.
Yeah. Heading into that pack. Pulling off 3 points for the Screen Queens. And a relief that nobody's going in the penalty box.
Oh, but things are being written.
Things are being written, and they will be done. As it will be written, it will be done. Hey, if you're interested in getting in the infield, you too become an enforcer. Make sure you go check out our Derby Dolls website and our social media. We have no advertising budget, so if you could take some pictures and say you're having a great time and tag the Derby Dolls, we would appreciate it. Do have penalties against the Brawlers, and one of those is the Jammer, so this is going to be a power jam. That's an illegal block against Daddy Longlegs. All right, we're having a timeout being called by the Screen Queens. Let's get this sorted out here.
D-Cup Wrecketh Over is doing a great job giving us a little more context on those penalties.
Yeah, it's like D-Cup Writeth Over at this moment. Yeah, so we have, an illegal block against Ice Creamer.
Blocking after the jam.
Oh, block it. Thank you.
I can read it sometimes.
Yeah, I know. And then, and then we have a directional block also there.
Oh, and it's a timeout, Scream Queen.
Oh, okay, timeout being called by
D.
That's Micro Machine in there, by the way, with that block. I have a moment to, I don't know if Lily's in the chat room or if she's still awake.
Lillian has been very active in the chat.
Yeah, Lily from Wisconsin. We have to wish Lily a congratulations because Lily just got engaged to Oliver Closeoff on Super Bowl Sunday.
Lily's from Wisconsin?
Lily's
like
from Wisconsin.
Me?
Oh my God. That's right.
We're probably neighbors.
Where are you from in Wisconsin?
I'm from Green Bay.
Okay, well, she lives near Madison.
Okay, so maybe not neighbors.
Yeah, I kind of trying to remember where my cousin lives. I have a cousin out there too.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I got a cousin in Wisconsin. So it's pretty exciting about that, and we're hoping Lily comes and visits.
Congrats to Lily and Oliver.
I
That's
know.
so sweet.
I guess I should be a formal and say congratulations to Lily and Chris. So happy for you. I know, right? Shh. Don't use the government name. Misbehavings. Like, thinking I'm going to start back here. And apparently, like, Sweetie is, like, giving some.
There's a lot of action
encouragement.
happening in that box. You look at the blockers, they're going up, they're going down, they're all over the place. Squeens are doing their best to keep VB separated.
You gotta keep them separate.
You do have to keep them separated because look what happens when they're together. It's not fun.
I know, right?
It's fun for Varsity Brawlers, I will say that. But Misbehaving surely not having the greatest time. But she's out now and lead and the only jammer on the track.
Oh wow! And Vanity Bad was trying to hold back. Horchata was presenting her entire front, and that's a legal hitting position. So if you want to get chest bumped, you can. Wow, Misbehaving through against Hell's Kitten. That was a long round, if you ask me. Not that anyone does.
In the pack, it looked like we had a split pack situation, and both teams were trying to play it so they didn't have to reform. But eventually, someone has to reform or get a penalty. That's how it works.
Oh wow! Yeah, man, it's getting
scrappy out there.
Yeah, scrappy was the word that I was talking to one of the enforcers about, and it is sticking. It is scrappy out there. And Battle in the Bank, June 28th to 30th. Here in Los Angeles. So if you want to come visit, we don't have the details yet. We don't know how we're going to fit everybody in here. We got a small place, but we'll figure it out. We do have Envy Badams and Alpaca Punch with penalties. Let's see, Envy got a directional block and I believe that's a blocking out of bounds. And then Alpaca Punch got a low blocking. Oh, and then for the Scream Queens, we got a blocking out of bounds there for young nunchucks. Oh, that was a legal block for Envy. Phew. Want to get that right. Oh!
Slicks is out, and they are lead, and they called it off.
Yeah, because Jaeger was coming through hot.
Yeah, Jaeger was about to steal that lead jam. Fun fact, if you are lead jammer and you don't call it off before that other jammer comes around and starts to lap you, they can steal your lead jammer status.
Yeah, this is Los Angeles. I mean, being up top, it's so temporary. I mean, here today, gone today, you know. It's just how Los Angeles is. So it's the same thing with lead jammer status. They will take that away from you in a heartbeat.
These blockers are really giving the jammers a hard time both ways, but Envy Badams is out in lead. Well, Valley Hurl is still fighting her way through the front of the pack.
Yeah, fighting past Skatanic Panic. Panic doing a holding up there pretty good. I hope there's not an hour play situation. Envy is just all over this track. Hurley, so close to making it in there. We need a cleanup on turn 3. Is everybody okay over there? Hey, let's make some noise for these skaters, everybody. You know, the more noise you make, the louder the faster they skate. You just can't whistle. You can scream, you can shout, you can stomp your feet. You just can't whistle. Yeah! Yeah, let's make some thunder, Vernon. Loving that. We do have Ice Creamer in the penalty box with a directional block, though. That's a little bit of bad news. You can keep making noise.
Bucket and Slam and Amazon getting a little frisky there in the front. Amazon's out in lead.
Man, these packs are aggressive. Now the crowd is getting the feel of it. Look at Bucket trying so hard to get through.
Amazon really doing work trying to get past those VB blockers in the front, and she does.
Yeah, nice rail spin into more of the inside, but using enough judgment with the movement to move through. Oh, Bucket goes sliding into the infield on that devilish part between turn 1 and 2.
Looks like Bucket is switching to defense a little bit, which is sometimes a good strategy to help yourself get out as well.
Yeah, because Slam and Amazon is just on a roll.
Absolutely. Big jam for the Scream Queens.
Yeah!
Coach Melstopolis is celebrating on the bench.
Yes! Good! Yeah! 10 points for the Scream Queens, everybody. Let's give it up for Slam and Amazon. And we have a timeout being called. Ooh.
Daisy says, I love Slicks. Happy birthday, Slicks.
Yeah, and of course, again, we celebrated the birthdays of Steph Conwan, Kamikaze, and Janice Chaplin. I probably should have just texted Kamikaze.
I think I also saw in the chat that it's Voltron's birthday.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Happy birthday, Volt. Hey,
Happy birthday.
I want to take a moment to remind you this bout is brought to you by the Vernon Community Fund. The Vernon Community Fund provides charitable contributions to community-based organizations, governmental agencies, in support of our efforts to improve the quality of life, strengthen families, and affirm Vernon's ties with neighboring communities in pursuit of bright futures. I also want to give some love to S1 Helmets. S1 Helmets, a symbol of protection, protecting the Derby Doll since 2009. Official helmet of the Derby Dolls. I know I got mine. Shop S-Smart. Shop S1 Helmet Smart. And of course, we hope that you, if you have any interest in becoming a skater yourself, you can join our Fresh Meat program. We also have our Derby Por Vida program if you just want to see what it's like to skate on this amazing bank track that we have here. The fact, roller derby is one of two sports invented in the United States. It started in the 30s as an endurance sport. It is a sport which has always had female empowerment in it. It never segregated. And then with the rebirth of derby in early 2000, that is when women's roller derby took over, and as it should, I believe. And if you have any interest in, learning to skate this track, check out our Derby Por Vida. And of course, if you know a girl between the ages 7 and 17 looking for a fun challenge, we have a juniors Derby Doll program. So we got you covered all over the place. Whiskey behavior in the penalty box. Captain behavior, or is it Captain Whiskey?
Ooh. Captain Whiskey, Captain Morgan's fun cousin.
Captain Morgan's fun cousin, I like that. Flicks, lead jammer, jamming for the Scream Queens. Pack-a-punch, finally out.
Ooh, big hit to the infield.
Yeah, Satanic Panic, taking a little trip towards the penalty box, but not intentionally. We do have a directional block against Hell's Kitten for the Brawlers. Coming down the last 5 minutes of this game, and it's 174 to 109.
Valley Hurl sliding right through that pack, out in lead jammer.
Pulp Friction out for the Brawlers.
Scream Queen splitting that pack forward, forcing the Varsity Brawlers to also move forward.
Yeah.
Great strategy.
Keeping things moving forward, that's always good.
As a jammer, I'd rather come into a moving wall than a stopped wall. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you can sometimes, I bounced off some people, and I was just not expecting that. But it was just, the whole being on roller skates part.
Not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, and how great was it to have Usher at halftime on roller skates, thanks to Rydell. That was great. I hope, and I've been hearing all kinds of great things about people looking to put a bank track maybe in Denver or in the Colorado area.
In Colorado, they're looking, they have a GoFundMe set up to try to get some funds to buy themselves a bank track.
Yeah, exciting news on that. And I know that there's just the whole roller skating resurgence. We hope people will also find derby if that's an interest to them. And we have Jaeger, by the way, in the penalty box for a failure to reform. Roller skating, really good exercise. There's a lot of people in the 30s and 40s joined it for the health benefits and then became roller derby skaters.
I feel like that's what happened to me in Derby Por Vida. I came for the workout, stayed for the derby.
Yeah, there's those stories of the doctor's like, you should get some exercise. And, the woman's like, they're thinking she's going to walk around the block like in the 50s. And it's like, nope, join roller derby. Ice Creamer coming out lead, grabs the points and calls it off. And also, roller derby game did not go through segregation. And there was a lot of, pushback on that because they had interracial teams in the beginning pretty much. And that was another kind of point of making roller derby an inclusive sport. And I think that's something that more than ever roller derby does over most sports out there, for sure.
Speaking of black roller derby and black excellence, Team Black Diaspora is playing in Y'all Stars this weekend in New Orleans, and tomorrow night they are defending their championship as they won last year, and they are in the champs this year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So shout out to Black Diaspora with skaters from all over the country.
Yeah, that's Black Barbie's in that, right? I'm sorry.
Yes. Bad Habit Barbie.
Thank you. Bad Habit Barbie.
Bad Habit Barbie.
Yeah, I screwed that one up. Bad Habit Barbie.
Bad Habit Barbie.
Who knows
Cocoa
I
Butter
love her.
from Angel City. Also Murder from Angel City. Quite a few skaters from the Los Angeles area participate in Black Diaspora. It's a beautiful team of just incredible skaters, incredible athletes. Speaking of, we've got some incredible athletes out there jamming now.
That was Sprocket versus Hell's Kitten. Sprocket, though, saw Hell's Kitten coming up and called it off. Yep. Bad Habit Barbie skated with the dolls for a while and then left.
She
So
did,
that's
yeah.
why, was bummed by her leaving. But I'm glad to see that she's active in Derby in general. I know it's coming down to it. Don't forget that after party at Novocaine. If you don't understand roller derby, you can find a skater, buy him a drink, and maybe they'll explain the rules to you. Oh boy. Yeah, still having a little shuffling in there.
Nice clear from Bucket right off the back line. Jaeger's out of the pack already by turn one. Solid lead established, but Misbehaving is right, trying to close that lead in.
Yeah, Jaeger looks like she's trying to skate into next week. Going that fast.
She's trying to put points on the board for the next VB game.
Yeah. It's like when Superman was going around backwards to stop time or something. I think that Jaeger could actually accomplish that.
It's possible.
It is possible. Oh my gosh, we come down to the last couple minutes of this game. Pulp Friction in the penalty box with the multiplayer block. Just want to thank everybody for supporting the Derby Dolls. We really appreciate it. Slicks out in lead.
Alpaca-Punch fighting her way through, but she's still got to make it past Chata.
Oh man, I feel like Sprocket was just thrown in there as tribute or something.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you just need to move your teammates around and put them where you need them.
I have to admit, when I was skating, I loved it when people kind of like toss me around because I feel like I was in a mosh pit. I'm like, just throw me at people. It's fine. I like it. Alpaca-Punch in the penalty box. And I believe that's going to make this a power jam. Definitely. Oh, yep. Sprocket now in the penalty box for the Scream Queens. Oh, okay. So yeah, we have that was a low blocking, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Alpaca-Punch ejected from the game. Oh, everyone up in New Zealand to hear that one? Oh, everyone needs to think about it. Yes, so
timeout Scream Queens.
I know, like everyone's like, oh my God, really? All right. We're gonna take a moment here. Let's give you the info on the after party. It's in Novocaine in Huntington Park. This is Latina owned and operated venue just a couple minutes from Valhalla. They have a full liquor beer with a beautifully handcrafted cocktails and a large selection of beer. Their kitchen will be open, serving up everything from vegan tacos to meat burritos to hot Cheetos with nacho cheese and everything in between. Their indoor space is great and open, has lots of seating, and they're extremely happy to have us, so please go check it out. It happens at 9 o'clock after the bout. Plenty of parking in the front, back, and side, as well as the street. 5812 Novocaine, 5812 Santa Fe Avenue, so it's really close here. That's Novocaine.
I'm just going to throw it out there. The after parties are lit. If you're not going, you're totally missing out. You can chat up the skaters, ask them about the game, tell them your favorite parts, and buy them a drink because they skated their butts off and they deserve it.
Yeah, especially like Snack Attack, who skated the baby doll brawl earlier, and that was a vicious, violent
carbs.
And yeah, I know.
Buy her some fries, buy her a beer, whatever her fancy is.
Whatever her, may not be alcohol.
It might be, it might not be. I don't know.
It might be. That's why you ask questions. If you ask questions,
French
then you get
fries are always
information.
an option. Everybody loves French fries.
I know I do. All right. Hey, it's a power jam.
And we got Valley Hurl out there jamming for the Scream Queens. She's working her way through. These slow packs don't scare her with her flat track background. She knows how to wiggle her way through a stepped wall.
Yeah, until you come up against Jesus and Jaeger, who were basically stopped by having to like get back into play.
Varsity Brawlers definitely put out their big bruiser blockers. We got, it looks like Jaeger, Jesus, Breaker, and Bucket.
Yeah, and Hurley just a strong skater. Just kind of like, oh, I'm getting up front. I'm getting through. No?
Scream Queens are trying to play the strategy of grabbing a goat and holding them back.
Yeah, I mean, controlling the speed of the pack, that is, a big part of strategy.
It looks like now they successfully have 2 BB blockers behind them, but 2 is still a little bit too many sometimes.
Well, and sometimes you don't know if the goats are willingly being goated because they're planning to just mix things up in the pack. Sometimes you want to be the goats. That was what I said.
Absolutely, especially if you got a buddy back there, you're good. If there's 2 of you, you guys got it.
Yeah, and that's 7 points for the Scream Queens, everybody. And you guys, this could be the last jam. We will be playing this game now under last jam rules. And for one, we will have Jaeger in the penalty box with the directional block, and I see Jaeger's helmet coming up. But I don't see him ejected, but it's possible. Yeah, let's make some noise for this last jam here, we think. Now, if for any reason, when the jam is over, we'll have the enforcers, they have to decide, because if the team in the lead gets a penalty, we might have a jam redo. It's just to make sure that nobody does anything so egregious in the last jam that they would cause a situation to have an advantage. There always has to be consequences. All right.
We got our just in case pack lining up.
Just in case pack. I like
we got
that.
our just in case pack.
That's a just in case pack. And
they look like they're being called down. The enforcers seem pretty confident on this one.
Well, I see Daddy Longlegs in the penalty box for the Varsity Brawlers. And if I have my little chart here with the kittens on it that explains how this works, and I know I have it here somewhere, I believe we might see a little trucking symbol. If we do that, if we see a little like honk honk, the truck driving Kimmy we call it, that means there's going to be a jam redo. Otherwise, we will just have a winner declared. So we're waiting for the winner declared, Varsity Brawlers. They pull it off, everybody. 175 to 125. Give it up for the Brawlers.
What? Okay.
You can come down and get your hands slapped, everybody. Let's give it up for the Brawlers.
Your Varsity Brawlers, one more time. Jaeger Bomb, Hell's Kitten, Bucket, Daddy Longlegs, Micro Machine, Jesus, Breaker Thighs, Snack Attack, Envy Badams, Skate Tanic Panic, Pulp Friction, Malice Cullen, Alpaca Punch, and Slim Riggins. Your coaches, Sushi and Ruin and Oblivion Westwood.
All right, fighting the good fight. Those Scream Queens, everybody. Let's give it up for the Scream Queens, everybody. We got Damage Dame, Steve Jobs, Ice Creamer, Slammin' Amazon, Nunchucks, Chop Slicks, Sprocket Rocket, Valley Hurl, Block Matrix, Misbehavin', Hannah Barbarian, the co-captain Horchata, captaining her very first bout, Whiskey Behavior. Your coaches of Whoopi Rollberg, Melistopheles, and Betty Rampage, and the alternates Nightmare and Sweet Home Alabama. Let's give it up for your Scream Queens. I would like to thank our enforcers, our EMTs, our track monkeys, and of course our rad crew. We're going to have a little VIP, MVP, thank you.
MVP presentation on the infield, so stick around.
So stick around and check that out. And of course a reminder to be happy, be well, be back here in March. What do we have in March? March 23rd, we have Junior Fight Crew versus the Junior Cup Quickies in the day. And at night, it's the Fight Crew's first game of the season against the 2024 champs, the Tough Quickies. I am Eva Lee,
And I'm Shady Hawkins.
Hi, Shady.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here, teammate.
Aw, thanks for having
My
me.
trust fund terror forever. And thank you all for tuning in and being here. We're going to turn it over to the infield in just a moment. Thank you and good night.
Hello. Hey everyone, it's Oblivion Westwood here, and I am here at our after show with the Screen Queens and Varsity Brawlers. That was an amazing game, and now we're going to talk to the captains of the Screen Queens, and they're going to give out MVP awards.
MVP Jammer obviously goes to Bucket because she jumped so many apex. You killed it. For our MVP blocker, we have Jesus. And MVP overall is Envy. Thank you. All right, so our MVP jammer goes to Missy. Our MVP blocker goes to Sprocket. And our MVP overall goes to Hannah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be at Novocaine for our after party tonight. And don't forget to get tickets to our March 23rd game. It'll be Tough Cookies versus Fight Crew, juniors and then adults in the evening. Have a good night, LA.